Mr. Ring, you're very welcome to Bloomberg Television. Raising production of the A320 to 40 a month is the target for next year. So can we expect you to give us an idea of any further increases? And if so, when might we see those?
We are currently in the final round of discussing what we want to do here. So you should expect an announcement shortly. And we would expect as of today that there is a further small increase of the production rate, which where we have still to decide the final timing. So it will be, I would say, roughly around a year after the last increase step we have currently in the first quarter 2012.
And at the same time, Boeing are obviously upping their production of the 737. Now, do you think that's going to pose a problem for you with suppliers, or have you received some kind of assurances from your suppliers in regards to that matter?
That was exactly the issue in the last month, to check whether the supply chain is ready. From the order book perspective and the commercial momentum, we probably could have announced something already earlier, but we have seen and we can see the pressure on the supply chain. But we are, I would say, maturing with our assessment so that we can announce something, we think, shortly.
Okay, and in the first quarter, you make it clear that you suffered as a result of a weak US dollar. Can you put a number on that for us in the first quarter, how that hit the bottom line for you?
I mean, we have, first of all, no hit on our underlying performance of the operational result, the EBIT, because we are hedged. Where we have seen a hit is obviously on the net income line, where the re-evaluation of the US dollar assets, obviously at a weaker dollar, has a negative impact. So all in all, if we compare the two quarters on the other financial result line, in total we are losing 280 million.
And as we look ahead to 2012, can you tell us what your hedging position is there throughout 2012?
Our hedging position for 2012 and for the rest of this year is such that we cover more or less the production and the deliveries and the revenue side. So in total, the hedge book is 71 billion, and for next year I think it's somewhere around 20.
Let's move on to the A350, your answer to the Dreamliner from Boeing. Now, we know that you've delayed delivery out to 2013. Realistically, are there more delays to come on that program, and can we expect any charges this year in regards to late delivery?
We are not at the point where we discuss charges. We are progressing on the program, and we are now having tangible progress, which we can see in our factories. So the production of the big composite parts is happening and has happened to a large extent already. We are starting with the first assemblies, and we are maturing on the timeline. So obviously we will have to follow that program very closely throughout the year, because this is the year, we think, where, I mean, we will finally be able to judge whether we can stick to the timeline, what we have today and what we announced the end of last year. This will be the question, but so far A350 and the schedule is confirmed.
But can we assume from that there will be charges in regards to the late delivery?
Not necessarily.
Okay. You've got 12.2 billion euros of cash on the balance sheet, and that's at a record. Now, what are the plans for that cash? Is it share buybacks? Is it the shareholder who takes priority? Or is it acquisitions? And if you're going to make acquisitions, which type of companies really appeal to help EADS grow?
I mean, the deployment of cash is, first of all, paying dividends. We have decided a dividend payment in the board, which will be proposed to the General Assembly. Second, we invest a lot into organic growth across our businesses in the next years. And thirdly, yes, we are looking at acquisition targets, as we have said, and we have acquired or about to acquire a company in North America called Vector Aerospace. So we are progressing with that, and insofar we will deploy some of the cash around the topics I mentioned.
And can we expect more deals in the aerospace division?
With the aerospace division, you mean Airbus, or which division?
Within Airbus, is aerospace going to be the area that you want to focus on in terms of acquisitions?
Yes, in terms of acquisition, I would say segments. We are looking at services, which also could be in the Airbus segment, but also in the other divisions. We are looking at security business, and we are looking at defense businesses.
Well, on the subject of defence, obviously a great deal of pressure on budgets, not just within Europe, but on a global basis. Can we expect you to restructure the defence side of your business? Can we expect any particular reduction in headcount as a result of these budgets coming under pressure?
We cannot exclude that. We are not yet at the point where we have announced big programs. We have announced transformation programs in our defense division called Cassidian. We have a transformation program in Eurocopter and also in Astrium. So we have programs, but these are programs really to protect the business, the competitivity of the business. Now we obviously have to follow the budget development in the countries, the development of the programs we have today and we need. And only depending on that, we probably might have to take decisions.
Well, India has now dropped Boeing in terms of the running to deliver their fighter planes. That leaves you with your participation in Eurofighter and, of course, Dassault, who you own 46% of. Is it difficult? Is it awkward for you to push your own agenda forward with the Eurofighter when, you know what, we own 46% of Dassault? Where does your best interest lie?
I mean, as you describe it, it's a comfortable position, but clearly operationally we are responsible for the Eurofighter business, and we are responsible for the campaign in India on behalf of our other Eurofighter partners, so we are working heavily on the Eurofighter campaign.
And I can't let you go without asking you, you've got the Paris Air Show coming up very soon.
Yes.
Give us an idea of the size of the orders that you're going to announce at that. Go on.
That's a well-kept secret, but I think we've made some comments around that already. And you know that we have a number of commitments where we expect them firming them up until Le Bourget. We are working on a number of campaigns, and particularly on our new product family member, the upgraded A320 new engine option aircraft. So we are well prepared for Le Bourget, and you should see a couple of hundred aircraft orders, or several hundreds of aircraft orders there.
So a couple of hundred or several hundred?
Several.
Very good. We look forward to those announcements at the Air Show. Hans-Peter Ring, CFO of EADS. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon.